Welcome back to Two Daddies, Judging Baddies.
Judging baddies.
We're about to break y'all's heart. Dylan, just roll the intro, man. Just roll the intro.
Two daddies. Judging baddies. Judging baddies.
So, me and Dylan's drowning, okay? We are in a pickle. We're in a pickle. I want to say from the time we come into work Monday till the time we go to bed on Sundays is we are always behind, super behind. And I don't know what it is. I guess it's mine and Dylan's, like, we love seeing, like, people get happy about there being more episodes and then people get so excited to...
We're people pleasers.
Yeah, we're people pleasers. But we're just so fucking behind on everything.
Well, I'll just bring it up. Yesterday while we were recording, we had a couple issues. So we recorded, I think, 3 episodes yesterday. And in the middle of the bonus episode, the power went out. And so we were afraid we lost the episode. Luckily, we didn't, but the first recording didn't have audio with it, and we had to do some finagling and put it together. But with the new board, we technically get like a finished version of it, and then 2 of the episodes didn't have any audio on them. So we literally recorded for like 3 hours for those 2 episodes and nothing to show for it.
Nothing to show for it. We're so just behind the 8 ball all the time that me and Dylan have come to the unfortunate conclusion that Two Daddies Judging Baddies will be a once-a-week podcast.
I think we'll be able to pour more into it. And we did decide that. We went to 2, but then we were going like 2 hours for every episode, so we were doing the same thing. And so I brought back the 3rd one. We went back down to like an hour. I think we do get to pour more into it if we get to do once a week. Plus, we get to, focus on marketing, focus on the films, focus on the new podcast coming. There's a lot more that we can do if we don't simply just have to shit out 5 podcasts every week.
Right. And then it also, that's what it feels like when you get behind and stuff like that. I had got sick, I still got this fucking infection on my nose and shit that we're dealing with. And if you get behind, that's what the podcast starts to feel like, is that we're shitting it out. And sometimes it feels like it's not as fun as it should be. So it sucks. I know, we went from, we're doing, this many a week to this many a week to, I think 1 2-hour podcast a week.
Well, all other podcasts, so Smosh, 2 Hot Takes, for the most part, unless you're like a Joe Rogan or, one of these self-help people, it's once a week for everybody. Everybody's once a week. So I think we looked it up, and technically we've done 250 episodes within a year between Mike and Dylan Hate Drama and Two Daddies Judging Baddies. And so we've done almost what 2 Hot Takes has out there for their normal episodes. Like, we're including our bonus episodes in there too. But in a year, we've done what they've done over 4 or 5 years. Or no, 6 years, because she was 2020 that she was doing her podcast, right?
I guess I don't know.
I don't know. But yeah, we're gassing out a little bit, and we would like to ensure that we're giving you guys a good quality product as well as focusing on the next things and keeping things growing. So rather than continuously chasing our tail and stifling our creative outputs.
Yeah, maybe, one day in the future when we got money and we're able to have help with everything. But right now it's just, me and Dylan running the ship between...
with a lot of help from you guys. You guys have been submitting.
Absolutely.
It's like, you are very crucial to keeping everything going. But yeah, it is. And any time off. And Mike's being a stand-up son and taking his mom and grandma to get passports and stuff. And my daughter's going to the zoo tomorrow. And so we were going to take the day off. And so those things start really pulling us back on what we can produce. So...
Right. But I guess we should get into lighter news, which is, I think you got something about a cheater or something?
Not really a cheater, I don't think. It's, am I wrong for ending things with a date after she kept different rules for different guys? It's as the title says, they say. And I don't really know what the title exactly means. Like,
Wait, did they say that?
yeah,
It says the title says.
it's as the title says.
Imagine giving the most cryptic ass title and then she'd be like, it says the title, just like I said.
Well, she lets this guy do butt stuff, but this guy's only hand stuff. And then this guy's oral. So different things for different guys.
Right.
I, 26 male, have been going on dates with this woman, 25 female, since the last 2 months. We haven't talked about exclusivity since things haven't gotten that serious, but we have a mutual interest in each other, so we kept going on dates.
So he's not poly.
No.
He's trying to get with this girl, and he's like, look, it's fine if you're getting railed by everybody, okay?
I'm railing everybody else.
That's like the song Boys of Summer. You know, I was listening to it, and I'm not going to pretend like I liked Don Henley's version before, you know, the Thrice made theirs, okay? But I was listening to Don Henley's version, and I was like, man, like, you can feel like the cuckold vibes in this. You know, after the boys of summer have gone. Well, that was singing the Thrice's version, but he's just like, I'll be here after you're done having your hot girl summer, getting dicked down by everybody. I'm gonna be here to make you scream, girl.
Yeah. I mean, he wasn't gonna give up on some good tail just because she's having her time that summer. He's gonna go back to the good tail again.
Whatever.
I imagine he probably has at least a few girls that he's gonna throw the rod to.
Well, all he's talking about all summer is watching her and waiting for her. So I don't know.
I don't know. I haven't listened that closely to it. Okay, so in the same time period, I have also gone on dates with a few girls, but I didn't feel the spark to continue the dates with them. So at least for myself, I stuck to this girl and hoped for things to fare well between us. I knew that she's also seen someone else, and she was transparent with me about him. I haven't met him, but I give credit to her for being open about the current state of things between us and around her. At the beginning of our dates, she mentioned she was looking for a serious relationship and needed time to engage in any sexual intimacy until she found that comfort and space.
So you might not even be the person.
No, maybe not.
She's like playing the weakest link with dick. I mean, power move, whatever.
That is a power move.
At least she's upfront about it.
When I was in my 20s, I think I was just 21, I had like 4 or 5 girls that I was talking to, and they all knew about each other, and we were all, but I was honest with them. Like, I was being a fuckboy, but at the same time, like, I wasn't being a secretive fuckboy. I was being
Did you let him lick your mohawk?
Yeah, I mean, I'd let them lick whatever they wanted to lick.
That's what I'm saying. Look, man, if a girl licks your butt, it's not gay.
If she
Where did
wants
this
to.
come from? Yeah. Where did that come from?
Well, it's probably from the dude that licked the dude's butt before that. They're like, I was kind of gay, but
I don't know.
I've never let a dude lick my butt. I agreed. I agreed to that and was okay since I don't have a high libido these days. What the fuck? You're 26, dude. Like, how do you not have...
These days, like, he's fucking old.
Yeah. And, like, how do you not have a high libido? Is she not hot? Like, what's
Well,
the...
my sexual drive was went down in my older years.
Well, it's probably that pillow, whatever, the Sailor Moon pillow that he's got.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
She quenches all his sexual desires. The other day, we finally engaged in sex. After close to 2-month period and during post-sex conversations, I got to know she has engaged in sex already with the other person she's seen. I know it's none of my business, but I tried to get more details about it. You're just going to make yourself sad, bro.
Right,
Like,
yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's kind of a jerk, but it's huge. And he knows how to use every single inch, all 13 of them.
I at least came 14 times when we did it.
Right.
Did you come at all when we did it?
Almost.
Almost 14 times. Not one successfully, but almost.
Yeah, almost. Like, you got me there, but then you just started breaking rhythm, doing some weird shit. So
it was playing to that one weird song.
Oh, yeah.
That's a throwback.
That is a throwback to episode... I don't know. Do you know the episode?
No, I do not. We've done 200 and some odd episodes in a year.
Yeah, there's so many.
Can't clock any of them. I think that might have even been on the old set, wasn't it? Or no, it was on the new set.
It was on the set, yeah.
So
it was one of the first ones on the set.
Post like 50, somewhere in that range then. She was also going on dates with this other person since the last 2.5 months. Oh, so she's been seeing him a half a month longer than you. So
Right.
yeah, he got to smash before you did. It was only fair. And she was already engaged in sex with him. I am not bummed about the number of times they had engaged already, but rather the timing of the first one they had, which was around the first week or so after they met. He's more charming. I tried to be open and progressive about all this, but I felt bad I was made to wait for a couple of months, not to compare, but I felt like I was being treated as a second choice. You are, bud. I played it cool at that point of time, but since then, this keeps nagging me a lot, and my ego/confidence took a hit somehow, if that makes sense. I contacted her yesterday and told her how I am feeling and just blocked her. I didn't wait for a response, nor I was looking for one to safeguard myself and my emotions. You just threw the baby out with the bathwater, dude.
Right, yeah.
You finally got it, and then you're like, oh, man.
I'm blocking her. It took the other guy. He got it way easier than I did. I don't care that she's having sex. It's just he had sex sooner than I did.
Am I wrong for doing so? Is this how the current dating space is looking like? Edit. Adding more reasons around why I felt hurt and did what I did. At the beginning, when we met for the first time, she was upfront about seeing me and the other person at the same time. And when asked about her views on sex and what she was expecting, she mentioned she liked to wait until she felt comfortable. I didn't press more on it. I felt she was judging who could be the best one for her. Even though I went on a few dates with other girls, nothing ended in sex. I'm the kind of person who also needs a bit of connection to do it.
Yeah, then you're playing the
Nah.
wrong game right now. Like, you're looking for love, and this girl's got a Rolodex. Like,
I like that.
Thank you.
Rolodex.
thank you.
But yeah, I mean, like, the thing is, though, is if she was like, I want to suck your dick on the first date, you would have been like,
You know what? That connection's not that important.
Yeah, like, I mean, you say that, and I agree because I am more so of the person that, like, I enjoy a more comfortable sex. Like, I think that that's way more fun. You can have more fun with it. It's not just like, oh, we did it. Okay, we'll never talk to each other again. I do agree on that, but I was not so high and mighty that if a girl was like, you want to do it now? I'd be like, yeah,
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
cool.
I got time.
Yeah.
I got 4 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, 3 to, make a snack afterwards and a minute to blow your mind.
That's right. Yeah.
The only reason I did this is to realize whatever spark I felt for this woman is real or not, which I have realized sooner and stuck to this woman ever since. It's only after I had sex recently with this woman I got to know all these details. Initially, I felt that I and him were held up to the same standards and she was feeling a similar attraction. I got confused there because he said I and him, and I was like, whoa, what? Did this all of a sudden like switch gender roles? But now I understand that he's talking about the other guy, not his lovemaking. All right, so she was feeling a similar attraction, which in hindsight is wrong and naive of me to think so, with him and I. But post-reveal, I didn't feel like that is the reason. I felt she wasn't that attracted to me physically, at least. Note that I tried to initiate sex a few times before, but stopped when she asked for some more time. So knowing she was already intimate with the other person, and that, too, she could do that in the very first week after knowing him, bruised my ego and confidence. So this led me to thinking I was the second choice all along, which I wasn't comfortable with.
That was it?
No, there's edits and updates. That's just the first entry to this.
This is a best of Redditor update?
Three rounds.
What? How can this story get any more story? It's barely a story.
Well, the thing is like, you waited around for 2 months and you got it, and you're like, oh, I didn't get it as soon as the other guy got it. Like, you were cool with the fact that this was all going on anyways. Like,
Right.
Why are you mad now? Like, you should be trying to like make her see the back of her skull and be like, yeah, no, I know how to do this. But instead you're like, meh, I didn't get it first.
My problem is that, yeah, I mean, this is what bruised his ego. Like, if he's that okay with it, like, he sees it, like, he obviously feels something for this girl, okay? And she's having sex with 2 guys right now to see who is the better one and she wants to be with. He's in for a long laundry list of getting hurt.
Yeah.
Because what happens when the 3rd guy comes in? And then the 4th guy comes in? and they're all 1 week. 1 week.
Well, the thing is, though, is like this is your opportunity to prove yourself. Like you could be the best lover if you just gave a shit enough to be the best lover. Like that's my thing with any of my experiences. I was always trying to be top dog. Like I wasn't just trying to be one of the guys. Like I was trying to be the one that they are like, dang, I want to date you.
Yeah, but this ain't him.
I know.
He's
he's fucking
he's
up.
upset that the other guy got it first, and that's what I'm saying. Like it's a laundry list of shit before you even get to, you know, that's what he blocked her over. Let's get an update. I got to hear the updates because I don't know where this story can go because he already blocked her.
I'll read a comment or two first. I will say you're not wrong. I will say maybe the blocking was a bit much, but if that's what you got to do to move on, then go for it. You aren't judging her for having sex with those guys. You're annoyed because she seemed to have a set of rules for you, but not for those other guys. Also, she kind of lied. If she really is looking for a serious relationship, then she'd focus on finding the one not sleeping with each guy. I think it's fair to look at it from that angle.
That's what I'm saying though. Like she's like, she's looking for the partner, and then she's just like, okay, we're done. I'm gonna have sex with the other one.
Yeah, I think she's the way that I took it though is it's not necessarily that she's looking to like settle down. She's just trying to like feel comfortable with the partner before she has sex. The first guy was a charming fella that within a week he was enough to
Right.
Rico Suave her into the sack. But this guy has tried it a couple times and wasn't smooth enough to. Plus, she's already got the comfortable dick over here, so she doesn't really have to like get the second one. She's just like, I'll go out and you can buy me dinner every once in a while.
So here's what I think. First guy, very charming. Okay.
Yes.
Probably,
Also, maybe a dry spell.
probably works at a sit go. Okay. Second guy, this guy, our guy, not that charming, kind of awkward, loaded.
Could be, or he could be a Gabe-esque type.
Nah, Gabe is incapable of getting pussy.
Well, like I mean, he's like on the edge though. He's charming enough to get the pussy, but he's kind of like I mean, the fact that he blocks, he just got the pussy after 2 months of investment, and he's like, mad block. Like what guy in their right mind is like, I invested 2 months into trying to get this pussy, and then
I got it.
and then now I'm gonna block it. Like, no, he's an idiot.
Imagine waiting until marriage, and then you know y'all been together for 3 years, and like y'all just break up right before the wedding. That would be.
I chimed in with the haven't you people ever? So that's like basically that song. It's like you find out your girl's a whore, but right at the last minute before you know you were about to.
I think
your whole life to it.
my favorite story about waiting for marriage was the dude with the micro penis because he didn't want to tell her she had a micro penis.
That is false advertising. That is a lie, and you set that girl up.
Yeah, he was like, "I love Jesus," but really it's because
I got small penis.
which ain't nothing wrong with it. Look,
No.
you get some toys, use your mouth. That's all you got to do. But you be up front before you're like, hey, it's going to be a lifelong
Commitment to strap-ons.
right. Yeah. I mean, the thing is too is like imagine after making like you know love in the hotel, he just walks out and it's just like Ken down there, but it's not Ken because there's balls. Imagine having a micro penis with huge balls. That'd look crazy.
So would you just be slapping the balls against her ass? Like
I don't know.
penis.
What does a
entry,
micro
just-
penis look like?
I don't know. I think one of our listeners said that there's like a micro penis like fetish.
Oh, really? Women have that? Where do you find these women?
Can we somehow convince our wives
Is there
to
a
go down
subreddit?
this fetishization?
Right.
So OP says, yeah, I didn't want to prolong that conversation with her. I did put in a few encouraging words before blocking her. I didn't want to take any more damage to my ego confidence, if that makes sense. And then there's a downvoted one that I'll skip to. Okay, those additional points reinforce the fact that you were dating multiple other women. Could have slept with any of them at any time had you felt a, quote, spark before you slept with her, and then got angry after you found out she'd felt a spark with someone else, so you banged her, blocked her, and came on here to trash her. And OP says, I wouldn't have slept with this woman had I known she had already slept with the other person. And due to the differences in attraction she felt towards both of
I
us.
thought he already knew that they had been sleeping together
Yeah,
because he was like, I was fine with it. I just wasn't fine that
I
it
think
was
he
7
assumed
days.
that they were dating or whatever, but not fucking.
Oh,
It's not fair to the other guy, in my opinion. You don't care. Come on, man. You're not this chivalrous guy that's standing on business.
right. Your ego's hurt because she had sex with the other guy in a week and it took you 2 months.
I believed she was waiting in both of our cases, which I should have confirmed at the beginning, which is my mistake. Otherwise, you are trying to bend my words to fit into your narrative, which I am not going to fall for. Nerd.
Yeah, that was kind of dorky.
All right. So thank you, whoever did this Redditor update, because they changed T to Tina and N to Niall so that we have names instead of fucking letters.
Niall and Tina.
Isn't that such a dumb take, though? It's like, I'm just going to put letters as their names. No, just give them a name
Yeah.
that starts with the letter that you're going to put it at. Like,
Remember, who was it? I think it was Steven. The one bad story he sent us was kind of like the Wolfbeard saga, but this guy had a Rolodex of people. He's like, we got to introduce all these characters first. And I was like, really?
There's
Because
one
Madame
line.
Macabre was like, we'll introduce the characters when it comes to there, and then they'll have their own short little section. Because then he named off 15 people, their personality traits, and then we just got to them in the story. I'm like, who the fuck is this?
All right, I didn't want to post an explanation for my previous post as an update, but seeing how some of the people are trying to assassinate my character, I felt the need to do so. So this is all just because, once again, his ego is hurt.
Right, yeah.
And so he's got to come back blazing.
Got to dig that hole deeper.
I shall call the girl in this context as Tina and the other person involved as Niall. Tina and I met each other on a dating platform a fortnight.
Did he say a fortnight?
A fortnight. What's that, 2 weeks?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
But like, couldn't have just said 2 weeks after Tina and Niall had met each other.
yeah, a score. 4
See, I'm telling you,
scores.
he's high functioning, Gabe.
Right. Maybe. Yeah, he's what is it? Masking autism.
All right, so we met on a dating platform a fortnight after Tina and Niall have met each other first. When we met for the first time, we discussed our shared interest and even our views on sex and dating in general. Here's where I will admit I should have followed up with more questions, but since it was being the first date, I didn't do it. The question I posed to her at the time was, "What's your view on sex and dating?" To which she said, she won't engage in that until she's comfortable with it and generally likes to take time. Yeah, so she's not like out there just throwing it around like crazy, but she's like saying, I'm not just going to sleep with you on the first date. Is basically what I'm taking that as.
Right.
Since it was our first date, I took her words at face value and I thought she was a similar person with regards to how I view the same. Relatively, yes, it differs from person to person, but I took her answer objectively and whatever she's following the standards/rules with me. I felt it was the same she's following with seeing Niall. I want to emphasize on the seeing part because not always it is associated with being sexually active with the other. That was my understanding, and based on her previous answer about her view on sex, I took it as she was also taking time to consider things with Niall. I will again concur and accept it's my mistake to assume such. It was her idea, a casual one, to me, that I could also, quote, see other people and experience how things would be like to decide who's going to be a better partner. It was a suggestion without malice, and I did, as mentioned in the previous post. Went on a few dates with a few other women, but as iterated here, Jesus Christ, you are really trying to be wordy on this one.
Right.
Nothing ended in sex. Some people seem to take this as a loophole and tried to hit on my character saying, quote, he would have done so had he felt the spark. Yes, I would have, but I would have been exclusive to this person and stopped seeing others. That's the difference. Unfortunately, I didn't hit it off with those, and I felt a stronger spark connection with Tina and continued going on dates solely with her. I would want to clarify here, I have told this update to Tina, and I also mentioned I didn't engage in any intimacy with them. It was her opportunity to come clean with the sexual intimacy part she has going on with Niall. She didn't reveal. Either she might have thought I already knew this, or she deliberately hid this part from me. More on this later. So for the next month or so, she was seeing both Niall and I was under the impression things were going well between us. I didn't ask how things were going with her and Niall, since I am not entitled to that information. I don't know. I disagree there. Like, I feel like if you're hanging out with a chick and she's seeing some other dude, you could just be like, "So you guys are good over there?" Like, I mean, that's a conversation I'd probably have.
Right.
If, like, I knew that there was another guy in the scenario, I'd be like, "So what's up with homie over there?" Like,
What's just like, oh, he's huge.
that's cool. I'm not, so I'm just gonna see myself out now. So
Right. Yeah.
you guys seem like you'll be happy together.
Yeah. Yeah. You seem like this is a good. Sounds like he's got a good foundation. So.
I'm gonna spend my $50 at Longhorn with a different candidate, so that maybe I could be the biggest one in the relationship.
Really, right now I got no candidates lined up, so I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go eat some steak and broccoli soup alone.
Go home to my Sailor Moon pillow or whatever. Yeah. What is that? What they are? Sailor Moon pillow?
What?
The pillow that you always talk about that the
it's
weebs have or whatever.
What the fuck are they called? Waifus.
Waifus.
Yeah, just different anime chicks.
But yeah, that's who he's going home to. So, all right. But I will say I did initiate sex a few times during this time period. I know I said I don't have high libido, but that doesn't mean it's exaggeratingly low, as some cleverly tried to pick on it and use it against me.
Yeah, because you said you were 26 years old
with low libido.
In this day and age, your libido's low. You're a newborn. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, that thing should be like full staff, like half the day.
Right. Yeah.
I do have my needs in general. Twice.
Nothing was worse than when you first hit puberty, though, because that shit sucked. When you just be like on the bus or at school and you'd be like, wow.
Well, because then it also like hurt.
Yeah.
It was like so intense. You're just like,
right.
I will not go down
Is
for
this
anything.
thing gonna pop? Like, you're just like, all right, well, I guess this is something I got to deal with. Especially, God forbid you had an attractive teacher.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I did not. So
we had a hot art teacher too, man. And it's just like, you'd be sitting there and she'd be talking and like everybody be smiling. And I'd be like, well, I can't stand up for nothing. Fuck me. Why is this happening? I was so confused.
I hate Gabe. That's what I'm going to call this guy, is Gabe. Because he says, I do have my needs in general twice or thrice a week.
I don't. When was this post? 1890?
2025.
It was 1890.
And then he says, I had to take care of it myself. Smiley face. But she insisted she needed more time. I felt it was the truth and didn't push on it more. She was already getting dick. She didn't need a second dick.
Right.
Like
she could have just came from getting dick. Like,
yes. And so she is fully dicked.
She's
like she
tired.
Doesn't need more
yeah.
dick.
She's had a long day.
That doesn't happen with guys, though. If I got some pussy and then some more walked by and was like, hey, you want some? I'd be like,
Yep.
Just give me a second. I'll figure this out. We will get back up and we'll be off to the races here in a minute. What changed my perception around everything is when we had sex finally at my place recently, and post which, fuck this guy and the way that he's writing, I was feeling very raw and praising her a lot at that time.
What?
Raw.
I was feeling very raw. God, that thing was so good.
I mean, vulnerable would be, or like, open.
Oh, I thought raw. He was like talking nasty to her.
I don't think so. I think he was feeling very raw and praising her a lot at that time. Like he was emotionally open.
That pussy great.
That I felt happy she chose me. I naively thought she picked me over Niall. Here's where she slowly let myself know about the state of things with Niall and how they are already sexually active. I did ask her a few questions around the subject, and I put it together indirectly that she did it with me because he was out of station for the past few weeks.
Oh. You were right. Yeah, he's out of commission, so...
I have no qualms about her past sexual life. It's her present choices that bothered me, that bruised my ego and confidence. Obviously, when Niall is taking care of those needs for her, and when she's already connected with him on that level, things would be slower than usual with me. I will say it again, this made me feel I was the second choice all along. I could have gotten more details had I pressed on it, but we had to sleep that night. It was already late, and she left early in the morning for work purposes. I mean,
So he just went to bed all grumpy right next to her?
and this is the thing, is like you had your opportunity. Like you could have continued blowing her mind the rest of the night and like outdone Niall, but instead you got all in your feelings because she slept with Niall before she slept with you. You
Right.
kind of could assume that she was sleeping with either one of you guys. I just do not get it. I feel like it's like an opportunity that you had in front of you, and you chose to get butthurt about it instead of trying to be the champion.
Right.
Like, instead of trying to be the victor, you're being a victim.
Right.
Wow, I liked that.
Instead of being the victor, you're being a victim? That's some Shakespearean shit right there.
I liked it. I felt wise beyond my years there. I had time to sit down and think it through, and when I posted the previous post, I didn't want to touch on her obvious disparities and possible manipulation tactics to keep me at bay. I could have gotten closer to the truth, but I didn't want to. I didn't want to ruin the image of her in my mind. Hence, I put in a message, a very lengthy one, a very vulnerable and honest one, that I don't want to share her and cut her off by blocking her. More than her tactics or behavior, I would like to think it's more the circumstances that worked against me. So that's that. I don't want to hear any more on this topic from any of the negative commenters here. Hopefully down the line, I can share a happy life update. If you
Well,
have
now
read-
you fucked up. Don't tell Redditors. Be like, I don't want to hear any more of them negative comments.
If you've read this far, if you were one of those who shared good advices to me, thank you. I wish you all well. All right. Unfortunately, if you're a male and exhibit any type of behavior that would hint towards you having a shred of self-respect and boundaries, then the online freaks are going to come out of the woodwork to attack you. OP says, you're right. That's why I put this post up, but I still receive negativity. I generally don't wish the worst on my enemies. If those are not understanding how bad I am feeling about this, then they can only experience it for themselves to realize my situation. Final update after 4 months. I have a positive update. I forgot I had this account here. Yeah, I don't have anything to update about her. Post that, she didn't try to reach out to me in person, not that I hoped or expected. I took some time away from the dating scene and met this amazing girl. A couple of months ago, we made our relationship official just last week. I learned my lesson from the previous experience and am happy that I found the girl I am looking for.
It'd be so funny if she opened up to him and it was like, I'm so glad that me and you can talk. And she's like, yeah, my ex-boyfriend Niall, we could, all he wanted to do was have sex all the time.
I mean, it was
Which I gave
great.
it up to him after like 3 days, and it was amazing, and he was good at it, but
It was great, but you know, it was just too much.
Right.
And like he was too big. Like you're the perfect size.
yeah, them big ones hurt. Oh, well, I'd kill myself, I guess.
He said, thanks for giving all your inputs last time. I turned 27 yesterday, and oh wow, what all she did for me. It made my day. Winky face. Nerd.
Sounds like a pillow.
It's the girl he's dreamt of while he was drooling on his pillow.
Right, yeah. Fuck. What if he came home one day and Niall was fucking his pillow? His life would be over.
Sorry, bud.
Sorry, but I too have a super fucking long one. So I think this is going to be a 2-story episode. But guys, if you are enjoying this, then make sure to follow and rate. Even though I'm saying follow and rate on an episode where we broke your heart. And I'm sorry. Sorry we broke your heart. We do have the film podcast coming out. We didn't even talk about that.
That will be coming.
That will be coming soon. It's just another thing on the plate of a whole bunch of stuff that we already have. Trying to be, happy and lively, this podcast, but it feels like, you know what I'm saying? Like imagine, when you watch a show and your girl's like, oh, I want to watch that show. And it's like, well, I'm already 5 episodes in. She's like, oh, watch the first 5 episodes with me. It's like, no, I want to see what happens on episode 6. What's happening on episode 6? Also, there were some banger stories we lost.
We did lose some good ones. Yep.
But I feel like, did we lose any viewer submitted story? I don't think any of them were viewer submitted.
No.
But yeah, we lost. What did we lose?
Let's not talk about them because then people will be mad that we talked about
Oh,
them.
yeah.
We
It was
didn't
like,
read
hey,
them.
when are you going to read that one that you talked about? All right, so mine says, I'm sure my wife just cheated on me.
Bum, bum, bum.
Are you sure about that? I, male 40, think that last night my wife, 43, cheated on me. We've been married 10 years, together for 13. She went out to buy some stuff for the home, which is weird. She hates doing that. And she went with a male friend. I don't know. She stayed out for several hours. How was this pitched to you? All right, good morning, Sharks. So what I got here is a trip to the store to get some stuff for home. And I'm taking Greg. You don't know Greg. Greg is a guy who I just met a couple weeks ago. He's going to help me pick out stuff for our home. This trip is going to take several hours at 10:30 at night.
Well, is it at night or is it midday?
I don't know,
I don't know.
but that would be funny. It's weird because she spent the day getting ready like it was a date. And when she was gone, I grew suspicious and checked around the room, and she had put on her sexy underwear meant just for our bedroom. I feel
Who has sexy underwear just meant for their bedroom?
right.
Like it's underwear. Like
Well,
it's,
you know, you
it's
got
meant
the
to be-
bedroom underwear, the bathroom underwear, living room underwear.
the skid stain underwear.
Yeah. I do all the child care, so I'll put the kids to bed. She showed up after and refused to tell me most of the details of the man she was just with and told me that in order to stay in our marriage, she needed some time that was just for her. She only told me his first name, and when I thought back, I had seen his name pop up in her text for the last several months. I didn't think anything of it at the time because it's the name of a work friend she has, and they often reach out to one another after hours for big projects. I think that she has slowly been building up courage to cheat on me, and over the last 2 months, our sex life has collapsed to zero, and she has grown extremely hostile without any reason given, seemingly out of nowhere.
Well, it seems like there's signs.
Yeah,
along
yeah.
the way.
Right. And, I mean, I think she told you she was going to cheat on you. And you was like, what? You getting stuff at the house? All right. With a guy that I don't know? Cool. Last week, she told me she doesn't want to be married and it has nothing to do with me. An outrageous assertion. What is up with people saying we've gotten Fortnite, Thrice?
Thrice, yeah.
An outrageous assertion. An outrageous assertion. Before everyone says I don't do enough as a husband, I do 100% of the childcare, shopping, housework, and I work from home, though she is the primary breadwinner. I am emotionally available and mature, and I don't have a temper. I stay relatively fit and am attractive enough. I'm not controlling. I don't object at all to her having male friends, but this screams affair.
That seems like maybe you aren't doing, like, I mean, if you don't have at least some issue with, like, I get that women can have male friends, but at the same time, like, you should be at least somewhat weary about those scenarios.
Imagine your wife got a male friend, and then she was like, I don't want to be married.
Yeah, that's kind of.
Yeah. Sounds like
It doesn't have anything to do with you. It's not you. It's just, Greg has a really big dong.
Right. I'm utterly shattered, and I feel like I'm dying. I don't even know how to talk to her about it. She has been so angry lately that communicating with her is a nightmare. This is a throwaway. I am too ashamed to post it on my main. I want to divorce her, but that would break apart my children's home. If I filed for divorce, would that make me an asshole?
No.
We have an update. My wife and I talked. She admitted that she had been talking to this guy for a while and had intended to have a sexual encounter, but found him so lacking, she decided not to. Apparently, he had emotions and wanted a relationship, so she talked with him, bought some of his art and left. God, she's trying to date an artist?
Lame.
Lame. Don't date people in the arts. We're all poor. I mean, she is the primary breadwinner, though, and she already has a kind of like a stay-at-home husband.
Yeah, she could just cuckold him.
She is still going to hang out with him, but she isn't interested in him anymore, apparently. I asked if she wanted an open relationship. She said yes. I asked if we would ever have sex again. She said probably not.
Is this story for real?
This is for real. I'm reading the story. She said probably not.
How did we stumble upon these two stories? Like, because
I
both
don't
of them are gold.
Right. That's just what is happening. She says she just doesn't want to be in a relationship with anyone to have sex. But if she decides to, she doesn't want to feel caged, especially after her most recent disappointment, but she wants to keep our family together.
Nah, bitch.
Wait a minute, brother. If they are married, wouldn't he be her most recent disappointment?
Well,
So-
not technically, but yeah.
I have a permanent hall pass, and I don't ever have to explain where I was or who I was with. She said it's only fair, and I agreed, and she wants the same. I can't force her to stay married or monogamous, and I don't want a divorce. So we are roommates now with a legally binding lifetime contract and joint finances. And apparently, I am now in an open relationship. A very sad day for me, but maybe not the worst outcome.
Poor kids.
Right. I assume a lot of people will say she was lying, but it sounded honest. And for the first time in months, she wasn't mad at me. She was being direct, and whether she cheated or not wouldn't change anything because she had intended to and had emotionally cheated on me. So that trust is gone either way. So I was right, sort of, and now my marriage is over, sort of. And that's just how life goes, I guess.
Just how the cookie crumbles.
I got to read that differently. In that, well, that's just how life goes, I guess. I will need some time to process this. Feel free to comment if you like. It has been a rough 3 days. I got to read it like this. It's the only way because how this guy keeps wording things. All right. Update number 2. Preamble. Starts with a preamble. So I've decided to treat this post kind of like a journal. You guys have been so helpful and kind, and it has helped me keep a level head during this process. I thank you all for that. My wife came to me crying. Says she doesn't know why she tried to destroy our life together. Says she loves me so much and I am the perfect husband and she has the perfect life and she couldn't handle it and tried to destroy it. She has agreed to counseling. She apparently doesn't want to lose me. She says she doesn't want anyone else and she wants to do what she needs for me to forgive her. She says we can keep the marriage open if I want. I said, okay. She asked if I needed to see other people. I said, I don't know. This is the greatest thing. She said she understood, and she started crying again. Later, she tried to initiate sex, and I stopped her. She had on her sexy underwear, too. This is the greatest thing ever. This is the greatest thing ever. This was written by this guy, you know. Darling, I know you're out there with my brother.
Wearing your sexy underwear.
Wearing your sexy underwear. But when he leaves you again for the 4th time, I'll be right here waiting.
Because that's true love.
Seeing them again made me feel sick. She wore them for another man not even a week ago trying to destroy our marriage. I feel like all my walls are 100% up right now. My kids noticed her behavior towards me changed this morning when I was getting them ready for school. She was very affectionate and saying nice things to me. My kids were so happy on the way to school. My daughter said, I'm so glad that Mom is being herself again. Isn't that great? I said, yeah. You guys, I'm so tired. Update 3.
You said that to the kids?
No. He's saying that to us.
Oh.
He's saying that to us. By the way, we are on update 3 of 8.
Of 8?
Yes. That's why I was like, this is going to be a 2-story podcast because that first one was
Fuck.
so long. This one is humongous. I don't know if I can read it all in this. Update 3. My wife went out again on Friday. This time she seemed really pensive, not excited at all. She stayed out a little longer, but came home at a reasonable hour. If I did not know what she had been up to previously, I would not have been suspicious. I assumed she broke up with her boyfriend. Saturday morning, she canceled all of her future dates of all kinds. Everything social was off her calendar, and she replaced them with family activities for me and the kids. She wouldn't tell me who this man was or discuss him at all. I decided to leave it alone for a while to gather my thoughts. We went on a family trip yesterday. It was fun. And today we are all going to do family games and hang out. My wife's behavior has changed very dramatically, and she is playing the caring wife, saying nice things to me and sending me positive messages when I'm in a different room, touching my arm, all the things. A fairly dramatic shift from the extreme hostility she has been showing me for months. But I have been badly burned, so I can't trust it. I decided I was calm enough to figure out who this guy was, so I went looking. And with the help of a dear friend, we figured it out. See, she had purchased something from him, and that was enough information for me to figure out who he was, how they met, and how this all began. Now, I'm going to be vague, and this would be maybe identifying, and I don't need that in my life, especially if I plan on divorcing. But he followed her on a social media service, and she didn't follow him back. She never once posted publicly on her social media, and she never liked or commented on any of his stuff. My wife's social media contains pictures of me and our children, almost exclusively of our children, but a couple of me, and only a handful of pictures of my wife. For complicated reasons, her social media has a larger following than most personal social media accounts, which made finding him a real pain in the ass. This piece of shit saw my kids and me and my wife and thought, I bet those kids would love 2 Christmases. This dude is a wordsmith. That's the guy my wife cheated on me with. He is older than me by more than a decade, but very fit, very tall, like a fucking meme. The worst part, she had not blocked him. So no, I don't think it's over, just on the back burner. I have decided not to mention it. I don't want her to hide it better. I want to know what is going on as I collect evidence for filing for divorce. I don't need evidence, but for my own peace of mind and so that I can grieve. I will finish constructing the puzzle that is my wife's infidelity. I will also focus on self-care and stay away from vices. I could definitely see myself getting drunk and high every night in response to this, so I should not do that. I can't file just yet for complicated reasons, but I will be keeping my appointment with the divorce lawyer to explore my options. Until then, we will see. I have zero trust in my wife. I never thought I'd find myself in this position. I don't know what I'll do afterwards. I haven't dated in almost 15 years. How does it even work now? I thank you all. Thank you for all the members of the community who have reached out to me, even the mean ones. All of you have taken the time to engage with me when I could not be anything but self-centered in my own grief, and I appreciate you. I will continue updating as I go. So what do you think about this so far? She cheated, and then she was like, oh, God, it wasn't that good.
No, she didn't cheat. She said she didn't cheat. She couldn't go through with it.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, so she backed out. That's right, because
He was too emotionally involved and too...
she was going to do it, but then she was like, I found him lacking, so...
Yeah.
Update 4. I decided to take a few days and headed to my parents' house. My wife watched the children while I went over and spoke with my folks, and after he said it like that too.
Folks.
Yep. So I'm doing good. I knew it was this guy right here. After hearing about the situation, my sister joined us. My parents are huge supporters of whatever I choose, though my mom thinks I should get a divorce and has several good divorce lawyers already picked out for me. And my father thinks we should work it out, and I offered to pay any and all, or my father says we should work it out and then offered to pay for any and all mental health services we need from them for the wife, kids, and I. My parents have been married for a very long time, and I always wanted a long, stable marriage like they had. Fucking shout out to the dude having the greatest parents ever. That's probably why he's this emotionally stable.
Yeah, Dad's like, you should work it out, and Mom's like, you should divorce her, but like, whatever you decide.
Yeah, and we'll help you with everything. Yeah. Moms are always just like, yeah, I knew she was a slut from the moment I seen her.
She was never good enough for my baby boy.
My mother commented that I always did like complicated relationships with difficult women, and that your wife has been torturing you for months. Everyone's been so worried about you, which feels about right. They needed a ton of landscaping done, so my sister and I spent the whole time doing landscaping and talking. The weather was finally nice, and I had 2 days of clearing my head and being around people that love me, getting exercise. By the time I got home, I had completely forgot about my horrible situation. My wife even greeted me when I got home and seemed very excited to see me. I was happy to believe for a moment that this was my life. Gleeful kids and a happy wife greeted me at the door. It felt good. I smelled terrible and was covered in dirt. I did not shower while I was over there. They only have one bar of Dove soap that they share, which is how it was when I was a kid. And honestly, I'd just rather stay dirty. So I went and got changed in my room, the guest bedroom where I live now, instead of the room with my wife. And let me tell you, it all came flooding back. Just a deep ache and a sadness that the person upstairs was completely different a week and a half ago, and just could easily flip right back. We are currently in a holding pattern where my wife just looks at me wondering what I would do and tries to be on her best behavior, which she is already looking exhausted by. And I try to stabilize my emotional state well enough to make it through each day without incident. Either way, I've been getting a lot of attention online and in real life from potential suitors. There are a surprising number of women in all age groups who really seem to enjoy what I am about and how I look. I really did not know there was this much interest. I'm going to start scheduling dates in the next few weeks. I don't know if this is a good idea or not. I don't know if there's anything out there worth finding. But I do know that by sitting around in my house and being sad all the time, well, that's no kind of life for anybody. Oh, and my mom also offered to watch my children while I went on dates. Though she doesn't approve of it, if it brings me closer to getting rid of my wife, she'll help me do it. That woman is such a trip. Again, thank you everyone for your support and encouragement. My updates will likely be less frequent going forward unless something exciting happens. Real life is rarely complicated and interested in real time. Thank goodness for that. Update 5. Well, it has been a few more weeks, and I said I would use this as a journal of sorts, and so I shall. Last week when I went out dancing, my wife watched the kids, and I went out and had an amazing time. I went out by myself, and I just met and danced with whomever came along. This dude is just better at words than I am. I was out till 2 a.m., and when I got home, my wife was waiting up for me. She pretended that she had insomnia, but I could tell she wanted to see when I would get home or if I would come home at all. The more I do things for myself and my own enjoyment, the more she seems to want to be in the marriage. I gave up so much to make family stable, raise the kids, keep the home, but never talked about it or made it a big deal. Now that I'm going out and doing irresponsible and impulsive things, she likes me again? This is genuinely confusing me. My wife and I have been working on our communication a lot, spending most of our downtime hanging out with each other and trying to figure out how to talk to one another and understand one another better. I am already in therapy, and that's helping. My wife has expressed an urgent need for her to attend therapy, but is worried that her current therapist might not be able to help her. Maybe she cheated on her with the therapist.
Fuck the therapist, too.
I think her current therapist is one of the best in the States and is the only one my wife respects. She needs to give that another go. This hesitant on her part is a small problem now, but might end up being a major problem in the future. I have insisted on us disentangling our finances, so her and I will have our own accounts, which we will receive equal money from each month, and then a joint account for bills, plus an additional account for vacation plans. Building up a separate account will free me from financial abuse in the form of her insisting on bankrolling her impulsive purchases from the accounts where I am attempting to build savings. I will begin a safety net if I ever decide to pull the trigger on divorce. All the paperwork is set up. I just need to decide to move forward or not. The relationship is continuing to go well, apart from a couple minor incidences. My wife has been largely positive. She has expressed love for me fairly regularly, and even the pitch of her voice is higher and more feminine around me than it has been for a year. A subtle sign that she is finding me more attractive, which feels nice, but it doesn't impact me the way it used to. She also seems much happier in general, and she hasn't disrespected me once or unkind or hurtful since she did her turnaround. She was clearly actively sabotaging the marriage, as without her antagonism, the house seemed to run great. It could have always been a happy home, but she decided she wanted to be a nightmare. Having this post help remind me of the terrible pain of a trusting wife. I don't like making the same mistakes twice. I am pretty obviously not healed, and some of my sadness has turned into resentment, which ain't healthy. But I am struggling to just be okay, which is harder than it sounds. So that's it for this update. Thank you again for all your kind words and support. Update 6. Father's Day was a nightmare. Father's Day sucked. All right. My wife had a huge emotional outburst right away in the morning and had been getting pretty angry and reclusive leading up to Father's Day, which is nothing new. It turns out that her mother had called her first thing in the morning to remind her that their father abandoned them and that she should celebrate her on Father's Day. Okay.
One of those moms.
Yeah. I was the husband and the wife. My wife's response was to have a breakdown and take it out on me in front of the children and then retreat back to her room. She eventually apologized, but whatever. It wasn't the worst Father's Day ever. Even though I had neither presents nor cards nor any words from my wife, my kids gave me a lot of hugs and told me that they valued me. So that was lovely. Our marriage has been slowly improving, and discussions have become more frequent and open, though we still have not directly revisited the affair. A couple days before Father's Day, my wife shared with me her intentions to take advantage of our open relationship status at a later date.
She's gonna fuck somebody now?
She told me that she was just not a monogamist like you are. I told her that I wasn't interested in that kind of marriage, and she said, well, I guess that makes me a slut. Are you going to stay married to a slut? Which I replied, I guess for now. Then she hit me with a real big piece of information. Well, I thought you weren't monogamous too for a while. So apparently she thought I had cheated on her. And because our communication is so poor, she decided to make our relationship open as a response. And then went out on a date with this other dude. She just didn't inform me until after she had completely mentally and physically left the relationship. After I initially confronted her about the affair, she realized that I had never been unfaithful, and that's why she had such a huge turnaround. She was having a revenge affair against me, but I had never been unfaithful. She still won't specify what made her think I had an affair. I assume it was spending a ton of time doing volunteer work. There's a lot to explore there, but that conversation broke down and she retreated to her room. I don't think she's interested in an open marriage. I honestly believe she just had an affair and is still doing this open marriage thing to justify her behavior to herself. She would absolutely have another affair to prove that this is what she wants rather than admit that she had the initial affair out of misplaced malice and insecurity. I have been going out on weekends, dancing mostly. Motherfucker loves to dance.
Square dancing? Like,
It's square dancing. The way I'm doing this voice, he's fucking going out there square dancing and meeting fun people. She stays up to see when I get home and is deeply jealous the day before and after. I just wipe my nose ointment on my fucking cheek. Oh, look at this little. It says fuck.
Fuck a duck.
Yeah, look, that's dope though. That's a really
I
cool.
was sketching. Well,
yeah, the story's long as fuck. I'm gonna wrap it up here.
I've still been paying attention though. Just
All right.
squiggling.
No dates exactly. Just meeting people and having fun, dancing and talking. Nothing in her behavior says that she would do anything other than collapse completely if I was sexually involved with another person. Clearly, she needs to go to individual therapy. I'm already seeing an individual therapist, but so far our sessions have been mostly just me explaining what has been going on since the subject matter is so dense. I don't know if there's a path forward here. I know she has gone back to referring to me as her husband, and there is some physical touch reappearing in our relationship, though I'm the hesitant one this time. Also, she has clearly done the initial STD and 6-week follow-up doctor visits. She says she needed a doctor visit for shots 1 week after the obvious affair, and then went for more shots 6 weeks later, which is a timeline for a follow-up. Claiming a need for different vaccines. Pretty unbelievable coincidence, and I am not stupid enough to believe it. It also shows she is maintaining a willingness to or need to lie to me. I am still getting my ducks in a row and planning for a divorce, but honestly, it's difficult. In order to not tip my hand, I need to keep my guard up, and if I keep my guard up, I can't heal the marriage. So here I am, planning for a divorce that will most likely happen, so that's probably the road I am on. Sorry if this update isn't super focused. None of this is. I am using it more as a journal, so it might be progressively less focused as time go on. Update 7, things are finally improving. The man she had an affair with tried to reach out publicly on her social media. He was upset that she had been ignoring his messages. She did not block him, just ghosted him, and made their affair public. I finally had enough. Being publicly embarrassed was just too much for me. As if the shame and indignity of the affair wasn't enough. I realized the irony of that, given this post, but I have worked to keep myself anonymous in telling my story. I told my wife to leave for a week. I didn't care where she was, but she wasn't welcome in the house until last night. I told her that she didn't appreciate me, the work I did, the family I built around her, or our lives together, and I wanted her to experience a week without it. I told her I want her to feel what divorce is like. Honestly, I had one of the best weeks I have had all year. I have played with my kids without having to deal with her bullshit. I hung out with friends and family without her being there to sabotage anything. My stress was way lower, and I was just happier. I could not be any lonelier than I already was, so that remained largely unchanged. I didn't have to coordinate with her while she constantly changed her mind. It was amazing. The kids were happier too. They had nightly good nights with their mom. I would never stop them from talking to her over the phone, but otherwise their stress level seemed way lower. She stayed in a hotel and worked during the days. She picked up extra shifts for the weekend, so not to have free time at the hotel. She got home yesterday and she was extremely huggy. She gave me several hugs and kisses and told me what an amazing husband and father I am and how much she needs me in her life and missed me. She is so apologetic and will start her therapy now. I know this process is likely to take a long time and have their ups and downs throughout, but this is the first time I have any hope for the future together. Is he divorcing her or not?
I have no idea.
Is he divorcing her or not?
Well, and is she cheating or is she not? And like, is he going out and fucking around or not? Like, it's back and forth, back and forth, back. I'm going to be single. I'm getting ready for a divorce. Okay, we're working things out. I think it's taken like 14 different turns.
All right, so this is the last update. The wife and I are slowly growing our communication. I have been going out on my own more, exercising a ton. Honestly, I haven't looked this good in a decade. When I go out, I've been getting a lot of female attention, which is nice. Who fucking knows they're getting female attention, though? Maybe I just don't get any attention, so that's why I'm like, who knows when they're getting female attention?
My wife always accuses me of getting attention. I'm like, you're making that shit up.
Right, this is make-believe land. Never had people ask me for my Insta before. But that's apparently how young women tell you they are interested. Things are stabilized, but the marriage is either dead or on life support, with neither of us pushing to keep it alive. So it looks like we'll just kind of fizzle out. Are you divorcing or not?
He's not going to tell you.
It is a pretty good practical arrangement for both of us now. I care for the children and keep the house clean and cook and manage everything on the home front, and she works gets a lot of downtime to pursue her hobbies. I feel like we are both getting what we need. There is no longer a significant physical relationship, but that's okay. I don't want to be with her sexually anymore, so I don't feel neglected. Getting divorced would also severely compromise our finances right now when we are getting on our feet. I don't have hope that my marriage can ultimately be saved, but right now it's a shelter for me, where I can rest and gather my thoughts, build my life how I like it. Sorry. I know there are a lot of people on here rooting for me, but honestly, I'm doing pretty well. I'll keep you guys updated on any big changes. Until then, I wish you all the happiness that you can stand.
I feel sorry for those kids.
Yeah, I mean, is he deleted? Fuck this guy.
You want to see the final fuck a duck? It's very colorful.
Fuck a duck. It is very colorful. That is a beautiful picture. I want to find out if they got fucking divorced.
Are you proud of me, Dan?
I'm proud of you, son. I'm proud of you, son.
Yeah, I mean, that just seems like such an unhealthy relationship. Like, you're gonna stick around for financial reasons or whatever, but like you're like, oh, she's real sweet to me. Oh, she's probably fucking somebody else. Oh, now she wants the open relationship. Oh, now she's loving me again. Oh. Imagine being in that relationship. That would be such a miserable fucking thing.
Right. Cheating has become so normalized. Can people not control themselves and not want to fuck other people? And it's pathetic, really. I mean, yeah. I don't think it's become normalized, though. I think we just... Here's the thing, like with atrocities and bad stuff, I think it's always been here. We just have instant access to everybody's story of who it's happened to.
Well, I think the big thing is people are so temporary. Like, not to say that cheating's any more prevalent than it ever was, but I do feel like people are like, I'm supposed to be happy every single day. And it's like, no, that's not real life. Like,
right, there's a lot of sadness in this
ebbs
world.
and flows. Like, sometimes you're like so happy in your relationship, and then sometimes you guys got some work to do. And
ebbs and flows, on they roll like butterflies.
I should share that one on the Reddit.
Shamalama-nama-nama-nama. Yeah.
The when your friend speaks
speaks
Pearl Jam or whatever.
How did it
Hold
end?
down in the water.
Yeah, hold down in the water. Yeah,
I wish I could have held him.
So, guys, once again, thank you so much for tuning in. It does pain us.
We're still gonna have one tomorrow. You'll
Yeah,
still have an
yeah. There's
episode
still one tomorrow, and then next week we're going to the one. But then we do have the film podcast that'll start soon. So you'll have an episode of Mike and Dylan Hate Drama.
Well, and immediately after this, we're going to be talking to somebody about the film that we're about to start production on. So there's a lot of things going. It's not going to be like we're radio silent. So
Yeah. I mean, you still getting at least 3 podcasts a week, and we still got to build a set for
at least 2 podcasts a week. And then if you're a Patreon member, then
no, because the
3
MADHD 2 Dads Judge Bad film podcast coming up soon.
soon.
Yeah, soon.
Hopefully, we got to talk to the third person.
Yeah,
there.
Scott. We brought him
Come
up
on,
before.
Scott.
Yeah, come on, Scott. We got to have this conversation.
You're
Guys,
probably listening to this a couple weeks from now.
thank you so much for tuning in. Once again, we love so much. I mean, if it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't even be able to do this, once a week. So we love you so much, and we will see you next time.
Later.